Welcome back, everyone, to day number 8 of Leagues Leaks Daily, where every day we'll be going over the new reveals leading up to the release of Leagues 4. And now we're into the second week. I've had to move to the top here so you guys can see the bottom row, and things are really starting to heat up fast. Today, we're going to be getting the Guardian Relic. Now, if you were struggling to find people to do raids with, all of your problems are just solved. We're now getting an AI girlfriend who will be joining us in combat. So you won't need to go Zaya for thralls. You're going to have a giga-powered thrall with you at all times. You'll be able to summon her in just about what it seems like every PVM encounter. And she's also very smart too. She knows how to do the mechanics properly, and she even will attack with the right style as well. Once again, I love relics like this that just introduce something new to the game that is something you wouldn't be able to find in leagues otherwise. And this is, I'm really excited for this. Now, obviously, the power of this relic would probably come down to just how much damage she's able to do. But even if this was like 30% of your damage, that's still like a 30% damage boost. So you would want to summon her anyways. And just looking at the damage she was doing even in the raid, I feel like this is going to be a really good pick for, increasing your damage output. By far, the best use case of the Guardian Relic is going to be in any situation where you have bosses that are either very resistant or just straight up immune to your main combat style. Because not only will the Guardian be able to attack with the appropriate style, but they also have a very respectable amount of damage regardless of what they're doing. So it's not like it's going to scale off of your combat style. If you have to do like magic and Zulrah because you're typically a melee build, the Guardian's kind of going to carry you through that. This means if you had any kind of region where you do have a boss that you're not able to fight with your main combat style, I feel like the Guardian is like a must pick. And honestly, if the Guardian does like any respectable amount of damage, I feel like it's going to be a must pick for everybody, really. Now, I will say that personally, I think this relic might be a little bit problematic. Typically, all the other relics kind of buff you in some way, or, they do something to alter the gameplay. And as far as we know right now, this is just basically going to be like a free damage boost added to you. So while this might be really helpful if, you're trying to get into raids and you just need that extra damage boost, I feel like if you're very confident in them, there's probably more fun ways of actually introducing power that's not just like a static damage dealing minion that you might feel forced to take just because of how much damage it actually does. But again, we don't have the full information. There might be other interactions that make the Guardian a little bit more interesting and actually impact how you play. For example, it would be kind of interesting if they actually did like the mechanics in certain rooms, such as in the monkey room in Tombs of Amasket, where you have to clear the poison from your Guardian. I think that would be kind of like a cool feature. That way you're at least learning the team mechanics, even in a solo setting. But otherwise, this is just basically going to be like, how much damage does it do? Is it worth taking? And that's sort of like the end of the discussion there. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the last combat relics added. So it's definitely going to be a very powerful tier competing against other relics. And right now, I'm definitely leaning towards picking something else just because it's going to alter my gameplay a little bit more instead of just offering raw damage. Because ultimately, I'm going to have a lot of damage anyways. Finally, I will add that if you're running a certain region setup where a lot of your power might not come online until you hit like a mega drop. So for example, maybe you're running like a Mauritania build and you don't really have a great weapon until you get your scythe. This might be really useful just to kind of put you over the edge and make raids a lot more accessible until you actually do get that drop. So I would definitely check that out if you feel like a lot of your build is contingent on a certain drop and you might not really be doing as much until you actually get it. So let me know what you think about the Guardian Relic. I'm really curious if you guys can think of anything that would really make this a bit more interesting than just a raw damage source. But we got a whole nother week of releases coming up. Week 2 is going to be insane. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming this week. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.